What's up, guys? It's Hyper here with another video on SW Rose, and today's video is going to be the top 5 underrated natural 4-stars in Summoner's War. So I did get a request to make this video, so here it is, coming out with this top 5 underrated natural 4-stars. Now, before we start off with this, I'm just going to say that this is my opinion, so it's going to, of course, be different than a lot of your guys' opinions, and if it is, that's completely fine. Just, feel free to leave your opinion down in the comments. And also, another thing is there's so many natural 4-stars that are underrated in this game because, in my opinion, almost every monster, especially natural 4-stars and 5-stars, has some sort of use in this game. They may not be as useful as others, and they may be really situational, but I do believe that there is a situation for almost every single monster in this game. So you could really beg to differ that every monster in this game is underrated, because I think most of them are useful somewhere. So yeah, that being said, there's a lot of monsters I'm probably leaving off that a lot of you guys think should be on this list, and there's some guys on this list you probably don't think should be on this list. But again, that is your opinion, and this is my opinion, so they're going to be different, but that's alright, and we can just share our opinions with each other down in the comments and stuff. So, anyway, so I'm going to go into the honorable mentions first, and then work from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. Wearing the Clippers hat, the old logo, before they changed it a few years ago, but I haven't worn this hat in a while. I got it a while back, but anyways, that's not the point of this video. So anyways, I put some decent work into this, getting the multipliers, figuring out which monsters should be on this list. It did take a little bit of thought, I'm not gonna lie. It did take more thought than a lot of top 5s, because this is much more controversial and there's a lot of options. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get this list. So first off is going to be, let me get to him, Avarice, the water Anubis. Now this guy was a Hall of Heroes, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so there he is right there. His first skill attacks the enemy and disturbs, so it's basically a heal block for 2 turns with 30% chance each. I'm not sure what it is max healed, but both of his skills, as the damage increases as the enemy's HP decreases. So the lower they get to killing, the more this guy will hit, which is very useful once you raise passive. It all makes sense. So attacks the enemy 3 times, having a 50% chance to receive branding for 2 turns. And again, it increases the damage as the enemy's HP becomes lower. So heal block, branding, and then passive. Listen to this. When you defeat an enemy, so when you kill an enemy, the enemy's soul will be destroyed and will prevent the enemy from being resurrected and will grant you the soul protection for 2 turns. So basically, if he kills someone, that person cannot be revived. Even if they have a reviver, they're not allowed to revive that guy, and he will get soul protection. So if they kill him, he'll just revive automatically as long as the soul protection is still up. So that's why the damage is increasing, because they want, you want your Avarice to finish the guy off so that he can't revive him. So the closer they come to death, the more high of a chance the Avarice will finish him off. So that's why Avarice is getting honorable mention. The second honorable mention, and the honorable mentions are in no order. They're just honorable mentions. So the second honorable mention is going to be Arjun, the Wind Vampire. Now he is farmable through the Fusion Hexagram, so you guys can all obtain him farmable. So that's good. So attacks the enemies 2 times. All right. So it just recovers 30% of inflicted damage. Nothing too special. Second skill, attacks an enemy, weakening its attack power. And so it sword breaks and speed debuffs, which is pretty good in itself. On top of it, it has a 620 multiplier, so it does hit pretty hard, especially if you have a defense break. So he can hit pretty hard on this skill. The third skill, I like, because it's kind of poor man's like Brandia, or kind of a mirror, but it's not AoE, of course, but still. It increases by 25%, the damage increases by 25% for each harmful effect. So if you have 5 harmful effects, the damage will be increased by 125%. And if one of them's a defense break, it's even more. So he can hit really, really hard single target on his second and third skill. So that's why Arjun's coming in as an honorable mention. So the third and final honorable mention is going to go to, where is he? I don't know if I've ever actually gotten one or not. I'm trying to find him. Where is he? Alright, come on. Where is he? Okay, I need to just look for each. Alright, I don't know where he is, but that's really weird. Okay, hold on. Let me find him. I'm just gonna find the fire one and... Alright, there he is. Sorry. Ryan. That took a while. But anyways, Ryan is the third honorable mention. So, I'm going to go through this one just kind of quickly. This is a self buff with an attack buff. Is basically it attacks twice too. Second one attacks an enemy and put the dot on them, and it decreases the defense if it lands as a crit, and it should be landing as a crit because you should be building them as a nuker. So defense, break, and dot, second skill. Pretty good. Third skill attacks 3 times, each doing a dot for 1 turn. So that'll be 3 dots, and if it lands as a crit, it will HP block for 2 turns. So it has a bunch of debuffs. He has a bunch of debuffs on him. And he's great, and I've seen some incredible Dragons B10 speed teams with him. I really have some really fast teams, so he's great in Dragons B10. I've seen some good Necro teams with him. He's good in Necro, and then he's just a good nuker in general in Guild Wars and stuff like that. So that's why Ryan is coming in the third honorable mention. He's a great nuker, so that's why he's coming in at third for the honorable mentions. Now let's get into the full list. First place, or fifth place in this list. It's going to go to a kind of unusual one for this because, hold on, let me get to it. I know I don't have one. Oh yeah, there we are. Emma. Now, this is the underrated Nat 4s, and Emma is considered a good Nat 4. That's why she's coming in at only 5th, although she probably is the best monster on this list, or one of them at least. She's coming in at 5th because she is appreciated, but I still think she's underrated. I still think people don't realize how good she is. I mean, people do know she's good, but most people are like, oh, best healer, Chasoon, or, Bella's really good, but no one is ever saying, Emma, but that's why I think Emma is underrated, even though she still is appreciated, she's still underrated for how good she actually is. So, first skill is a glancing. Alright, so that's pretty good. It's not a 100% chance, but still, glancing's useful. Second skill removes all beneficial effects. If 2 or more beneficial effects are removed, the attack bar will be increased by 20% each. So that's a strip right there. It already, Bella, it's already better than Bella's strip because it does have the increased attack bar. And then its third skill heals all allies by 30% of your max HP. So that means if you build a super tanky, it'll heal way more than Bella will because Bella will do 30% of their HP. So if you're only healing a 15k nuker, that's only gonna heal, whatever, like, I don't know, like 5k or something like that. Yeah, 5k. So, and it increases their defense, which Bella also doesn't do. And it generates a shield that lasts 2 turns and is equivalent of half of the excessive heal. So if someone's at 80% and it heals them past 100, the extra bit of HP will be equivalent of half of that goes over 100% heal. So it does a shield too, which is helpful too because then it doesn't cap out 100%. It's giving them even more because it's giving them that shield. So that's nice too. And defense buff. So I mean that heal is just a very good heal. I don't have an Emma, but I wish I did because this heal is so nice, so useful. This heal is just a really good skill right here. And she strips and glancing. So Emma is a great monster, and that's why she is coming in at 5th place in this list right here. So now we're gonna go into 4th place. Is going to be one that is definitely underrated in I think. I don't see a ton of people talking about her, using her as Aster, or Aster. I don't know how to pronounce it. A star, I have no idea, but it's the Fire Magic Knight. So first skill is just like Lapis's. It attacks someone twice and then attacks all the enemies once on the third skill. And then the second skill attacks a target that isn't granted with any beneficial effects, with 3 magic bullets and silences the target for 2 turns with a 75% chance each. Silence means they won't be able to use skills with cooldown, excluding the passive skills. So it silences them and attacks 3 times. So it's already hit, like a bunch on the first skill. So 3 times for a single target on the first one, and then 1 AoE. And then, it's 2, and then all of them AoE, so it equals 3 on the first guy. And then this one attacks 3 more times. And then the third is a passive. It increases your attack speed as your HP gets lower. So if she's close to dying, she's going to get a lot of turns, which is good because she'll be putting out the damage needed. And you deal 50% more damage if the enemy has more HP than you. So Aster is really useful in taking out wind tanks. So, Ritesh or, Briand or someone that is a wind tank. So that's why she's so good. She's one of the best in the game at doing that, because as they bring her HP lower, she's going to get more and more turns being able to kill those tanks, and her damage is increased by 50% if the enemy has more HP than you, which those wind tanks will have more HP because you'll be building this one more nuky. And then it also can be very useful in Necro, and it can be very useful in the Fire Rage to kill all those crystals on the side, because it does have a first skill AoE. So that is why Aster is coming in at 4th place. This one can be controversial, I think, but I think she does deserve in this spot in this list. So 3rd place is going to be going to Sue, the Water Akash, another one I don't have. With all these monsters, just because I have them doesn't mean I'm going to build them, because there are better monsters. They're underrated. Yes, they are underrated because people think they're bad, and I don't think they're bad. But there are better monsters, of course. The good ones are known for being good for a reason, you know what I mean? But anyways, the first skill we have is just going to be basically like Quaz. I think it's the same, actually, yeah. Damage increases according to attack speed and puts a speed debuff on. Second one attacks 3 times in a row, inflicting a dot for 2 turns if you land a crit. So you could put 3 dots for 2 turns. That's 6 dots in total. That's 30% of the person's HP right there. So that's pretty good. The damage also increases as your attack speed. So you gotta put good speed on Sue. So, and then this is why I think she deserves a spot in this list. So attacks and recovers by 50% of the inflicted damage. All right. So attack, and this one hits hard. Listen. So this attack is guaranteed to stun if they're suffering more than 2 harmful effects. So if you do manage to have 2 harmful effects, well, more than 2, so 3, it will stun them guaranteed, regardless of accuracy, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's regardless of accuracy, but I don't know about that one. But you probably won't want some accuracy anyways to put the speedy buff and the dots on. And then listen to this. This is why this one, you wouldn't think this is so good, but this skill has an 810% multiplier. So that 3rd skill is going to hit very hard, especially if you have like a defense break and some other debuffs. It's going to stun, and it's going to hit hard, and then she heals 50%. So let's say it's hitting. I've seen this, you could get your Sue hitting 40k easy on specific monsters. 40k, I'd say, is a obtainable damage to get this thing healing. So it'll heal 20k, which is probably basically max healing this guy, or close to it, depending on what your rooms are. But still, that's why Sue's coming in at 3rd place. Now, 4th place is going to be another one I don't have. Ayunu, the Wind Anubis. Now, one thing about this list is they were all so close that any of these monsters could fall from 1 to 5 ranking, Sue, Ayunu, Aster, Emma, those guys are all going to be, could all be switched around in the order. So I just want to put that out there. Anyway, so getting into Ayunu skills, same thing as Avarice, it's just going to be a heal block. And then 2nd skill, branding, and this one also stuns the enemy for 1 turn. Wait, so attacks the enemy 2 times to serve HP recovery for 2 turns, and it stuns them. I'm pretty sure that's 100% chance. It's not like mine, you have to have good accuracy on them, but still, that's really good to just have that stun, such a consistent stun. The second one, the branding and the damage increases as the HP, as the enemy's HP becomes lower, just like Avarice. Now the passive is why I think he's so good. So revives with 30% of HP when he dies. So when he dies, he comes back with 30% HP with a full attack bar, so he will get the next turn. And the attack power is increased by 100% each when revives, up to 3 times. So reusable in 8 turns. So if you can get this guy to survive 8 more turns, so let's say they kill him, he revives with 30%, and his attack power is 100% more. So right there, it's doubles his attack power, so he can automatically probably one-shot someone. If they have a defense break and aren't maybe too tanky, it can automatically probably one-shot someone. And then if you can survive him 8 turns, heal him up or whatever, then if he dies again, he'll come back to life with 200% more attack power, right? And then if you can do it again, it's 300% more attack power. So he'll be his damage will just be, way a lot, like a ton right there. His multipliers aren't like crazy good, but they're decent. I think they were like 200 or something per hit, So that's not too bad, but it's not too great either. But still, with this 300% attack power more, that's crazy. That's like 3 or 4 times the amount of attack power that he will. So if you have a 2k, or I don't know what his base attack is at. I think it's off his base attack, but still, I don't know what it is max at 6-star. We could maybe check if someone has one right here. Alright, so it's 736. So if he's coming back with 300% more, that's going to be, 700, like 20, I don't know how to really do it, but either 2100 or 2800 base, plus all whatever your runes are giving you. So that's crazy attack power right there. I think that's how it works off the base, but I'm not positive right there. But that's just what I think. So anyways, that's why Ayunu, I think, is coming in at 2nd place. I wish I had one. He's actually pretty good. So anyways, the 1st place monster on this list is water. The 1st place monster is going to be farmable, actually. Let me try and find him. You guys have probably guessed who it is by now. Oh, there he is. Susanoo. Farmable. So anyone can get this guy. He's the poor man's Teor. We actually have a video on here about Susanoo being the poor man's Teor. If you want to go check that out, it's pretty good. Spiral made it, not me, but still, it's a cool video. So the 1st skill is just a dot for 1 turn, right? 2nd skill inflicts great damage by slashing the enemy. So basically, and it reduces the enemy's attack bar. And the skill, of course, the damage increases according to the attack speed, so that's pretty good. And this one, the passive is nothing special, but reduces the odds of receiving a crit, so he won't get killed as easily, and increases your resistance by 50. So it's basically just to help him stay alive more. That is helpful, of course, but it's nothing. It's kind of off. It's a little weird for him to have, but still, it's better than nothing. But okay, so the 1st skill has it has a 380% multiplier, so that's pretty solid right there, especially for a 1st skill. And then the 2nd skill, listen to this. So the damage increases according to your attack speed, right? So the way the multiplier works in the 2nd is it's your speed plus 150 times 2. So let's say you have a 200 speed Susanoo, which is obtainable. You should be getting as much speed as you can, so this one's hitting hard. So that'll be 200 plus 3, or 150, which is 300, and then times 2, that's 700. Or it'll be 350, yeah, so 700% multiplier. So if you could somehow get a 300 speed Susanoo, which that would be really hard. But if you did manage to get 300 speed Susanoo, which is probably more than anyone will really get, because you still need to put crit rate and crit damage and attack and stuff like that. But if you did manage to get one, that would be a 900% multiplier on this skill, which is just crazy. Reusable every 2 turns, I'm pretty sure max skilled. So just think about how much damage you could be putting out with this guy. And it decreases their attack bar a little, so that's pretty helpful too. So that's why Susanoo is coming in at 1st place, because I believe he's a very fun and cool monster in general. So, again, this is my opinion, guys, and this is very controversial. The monsters could be switched around, completely switched around in this order, 1 through 5, I could put any of them at any spot in 1 through 5, even the honorable mentions. They're just so close. All these monsters were so close, so hard to do. So, anyways, guys, that is my list of the top 5 underrated net 4s, and I will see you guys in the next video.